I started Emerald City Jewelers in 1990 in my basement. I worked as a jeweler and I repaired jewelry in my basement, and when I got to the point where my daughter was old enough to be in school all day, then I opened a little shop. Well, one of my favorite memories involves a couple that was getting engaged, and he knew they were getting engaged. They came into the store and had it all picked out, and when it came time to deliver the ring to him, he turned to her and he gave it to her. I'm gonna cry, this is just so sweet. And he was a minister, and he didn't want her to put on the ring unless they were married. So my daughter officiated it, and they got married right there in my store. It was just a precious moment, and that was what happens in the jewelry business. You find people in love in all different ways, different stages in their relationships, and it's just lovely to see people, so many people come in love, or find that they're looking for something that tells who they care about, what they're trying to say, in a piece of jewelry that can last for generations, and it can go on to family members after you're gone. And it's such a wonderful business. I feel privileged. You know, when you're a child, you think, what am I going to be when I grow up? What do I want to be? Well, my family had a little lake home in Minnesota, and we'd go into the local town and there was a bakery. Oh, gosh. You all know what bakeries smell like, and it is very, has like this gravitational pull. It's magnetic, and it makes you come in there, and it makes you look around and smell and want to taste, and just the different textures and how beautiful things were. That's what I wanted to be. I wanted to work in a bakery, and I kind of do. I kind of do. Oh goodness, one of my very first jobs was working in a hospital. I thought I wanted to be a dietitian. So I applied for a job in the paper to be a dietitian, and I got the job, and I was so excited because I wanted to help menu plan and make sure people got what they were supposed to eat. And really the opening was for someone to serve food. So that's what I got to do, and do dishes. So it was one of those jobs where you had to get up really early and wear a little uniform and matching shoes, and that was different for me. Well, my favorite time of year in the store is usually Christmas time. It's one of those things that I don't know how to have a life other than this at Christmas, because I've been doing it for so many years. I do have a way of waiting till the very last minute to wrap my presents for my kids, and or even do it at the store, or we've had situations where some of my employees have had to wrap my kids' gifts for Christmas. Christmas is fun. There's a lot of people that you look forward to seeing every year. There's always the time when we like to remember the people that have been in the store in the last year, and that's fun to reminisce a little bit. So it's nice to get dressed up and have holiday decorations and see all the new merchandise, and it's just a little bit of a buzz here at Christmas time. My staff and my family all work together, and we're family. Each one of us, we've known each other for a long time, and even those people that are pretty fresh in the business and not with us for a long time yet, I know they'll be here. I just know that they feel comfortable working here. They feel comfortable with my customers that come in. They are good at solving problems when somebody has a piece that needs repair. And if they don't know the answer, they don't fake it. They ask somebody to help them with what needs to be told to the customer and how we need to fix it. So that's what I've tried to instill in those people, that you can go to anybody at any time and get help and make sure that the customer gets the best service possible. Part of my makeup is that everyone that comes through that door, that comes into Emerald City, deserves our attention and deserves our best. And each person is worthy of our best. And that's the way I instill that. I try to instill that in my employees, to do their best for every individual, because everyone has got value no matter what they're looking for, or they're looking for something small, just a charm, but it's going to be a meaningful charm. Or maybe they just need a watch battery replaced, but those are important things. A watch can be something that was handed down for generations, and you've got to put a battery in it. You don't want to scratch the back of the watch when you open it. You want to make sure you put the battery in the right direction, and you got to make sure it's set to the right time when you give it to the customer. My staff knows I've got some rules, and one of them that's the biggest joke is I despise staples in the carpet. So if I feel like throwing a staple on the carpet is the biggest sign of disrespect for your business owner. And so one time I came into the shop and they had those huge staples off of a cardboard box laying in the center of the floor. I've always told somebody, if I catch you throwing staples in the carpet, you're out, you know, so that was just a little dig. They like to tease. Kind of my inspiration for naming the store Emerald City Jewelers was because Quincy is known as a gem city. And so there was all kinds of different gem city things, but I was a jewelry store and I didn't really want to be called Gem City anything, but I didn't want to name it after myself. I thought maybe someday I want to sell the business and I don't want to have to give up the name of the business. So I thought Emerald City Jewelers was a good choice because it kind of tied in with the name of Quincy's Gem City. But also the characters from The Wizard of Oz. They went to the Emerald City to get cleaned and polished and fixed up and made new, and that's exactly what we want to do here. We're in the restoration business. We want to make things new and fresh again, and that's why I named it Emerald City Jewelers.